Good evening, sir. Have you lost your way? You're a long way from the main street back here. Oh, I see. You've come slumming it, have you? Yeah, we've been having a fair few people come round doing that recently. Seems that we've become somewhat of an attraction for fancy folk like yourself, or clergymen, do-gooders and the like. Come to take pity on the poor, or just to ogle at the poor conditions that we're forced to live in? That's more likely, eh, sir? Well, welcome to St Giles in the Field. A remnant of medieval London left over from the Great Fire. Seems that some landlord saw fit to drive an alley through the fancy house you see at the front of the street, creating 5 dwellings in the courtyard behind. Those rooms were supposed to house 22 people. Instead, in the 5 rooms that I have around me, there are 88 of us, and over 1,000 in the nearest acre. You'll find the same in Poplar, Whitechapel. They call this one Little Dublin, because there's so many of us Irish folk. Yes, I said Irish. That's where I was born. My father was Irish, and his before him, from County Wexford. How did I end up here? Well, there's a story to be told. See, in Ireland, we were seen as being a bit, how can we say, savage? In order to cure us of our savage ways, the English decided to send their lords and ladies over and took all the land from us. They turned it Protestant, so Catholics, like my family, were pushed into the outskirts of society, farming on narrow strips of land with only simple crops to survive on. That's right, potatoes. Seems they're quite easy as a crop. You just wait for them to seed, you plant them, you wait for them to grow. You harvest them, you eat them. So there's an awful lot of time in between, doing very little. And the English didn't like that very much. Seems we're idle, lazy, poor. And the trouble when you're eating only one staple food is when that food fails, you starve. So what was their answer to that? To send the other crops that we had abroad. No corn for us, oh no. They just let us starve in our millions. So my father sold the narrow strip of land that he had left to the nearest landlord of 20 acres and managed to get us on one of the coffin ships across to Liverpool. Seems there they'd done well in the slave trade, and therefore they needed men like my father, willing to work for low wages in the same sort of conditions to build their fancy ports and grand houses. So to that end at least we were fed. But unfortunately many of my brothers and sisters didn't survive. I was married once to a good man. He had a good income. I thought I was set for life until he started drinking that money away, and then he ran off with another woman. So me and my one surviving child were left to look after ourselves. And how was I to do that? Irish, female, with no man to take care of me. I couldn't go back to my father, he was dead. So I did what any respectable woman would do. No, sir, not that. Many, many women succumbed to that. I took to the streets, but not in that manner. You see, Irish women couldn't be employed as domestic servants, so I sold what belongings I had, brought a basket of oranges and started selling. And I worked my way down from Liverpool, begging, stealing, staying in workhouses if I had to. I had to keep the boy fed. When I eventually arrived in Little Dublin, I found us lodgings. Lucky, huh? There, he was offered a place in the ragged school. I couldn't believe my luck. I was free. Well, some of the time. But it meant that I could go out and earn some money. Keep us in a lodging house. I've moved time and time again. You see, they get crowded. There's loads of us in here. And it's unbearable. There's no washing, no cooking, broken stairs, broken windows, what's left of them anyway. Most of the furniture gets burnt for firewood. It's impossible to bath or wash me clothes. There's nowhere to cook. So, me and the other costermongers are out on the streets trying to earn what we can, selling to good sales like you. I have moved on from oranges. I'm now selling ginger beer. And I really, really would like to have a coffee stall. That's why they call me Saloop Joe. Saloop made from chicory and mixed with coffee grains. The coffee houses are raking it in. The only way that I can do that is if I can save up and get a barrow or a trestle, a boiler, an urn, hot water, bread and butter, providing breakfast for everyone else in these dire circumstances. The trouble is, all the money I earn goes on lodgings or on gin. But you know, it's cold. We need something to look forward to at the end of a hard working day. It's difficult to sleep in here with so much noise going on, so much crowded. When I'm not in my spot, someone else certainly will be. So what's a girl to do? I'm trying to bring up my boy as best I can. Now he's graduated from ragged school. He's in one of them shoe black brigades, cleaning people's shoes outside the Crystal Palace before people go into the great exhibition. He gets to keep a third of his wages and helps me out with me gin, but he gets to save money as well. So one day he'll have his own trade and hopefully he'll take care of his ma. Anyway, sir, I think I've kept you long enough. There's plenty of rooms above with more poor souls, including some of those women that choose to work the streets in other ways and means to keep a roof over their head. Please don't let me keep you, sir. Good day.